they can choose the English, but they can also choose the Hungarian study language. Usually they obviously choose the English because they don't really speak Hungarian, or they don't speak Hungarian as well as they should.
It's a scholarship program for especially Christian young people who are threatened in their country or who are persecuted in their country because of their Christian faith. And this scholarship provides them an opportunity to come to Hungary, to study here, to get a degree. And it's also an important part of this program that they are asked to return to their communities when they get the degree and develop their communities, help them with the knowledge and the degree that they got here in Hungary.
ELTE Walk. Everything you need to know about ELTE. According to our latest information, the Stipendium Hungaricum Sports Scholarship Program, which we talk about in this episode, will not be announced.
Welcome to the ELTE Walk podcast, a program of the ELTE International Strategy Office created to present everything you need to know about Eötvös Loránd University as a prospective or current international student. I'm Heisa Negron, a student in the doctoral program in psychology at ELTE and international student ambassador. My co-host is Tamás Jámrisko, editor-in-chief of the First University Radio of the city of Pest, which is producing this program in cooperation with ELTE International Strategy Office.
Hi everybody, in our third episode, Lilla Karácsonyi talks about the Diaspora Higher Education Scholarship Program and the Stipendium Hungaricum Sports Scholarship. In this episode, we also invited Kata Számel to talk about the scholarship program for Christian young people. So, hello Lilla, what do you do in your job?
Hello everybody, so my name is Lilla. I am an international coordinator for Stipendium Hungaricum and also for the Diaspora scholarship. I manage both of those programs, and if you are writing an email to the big HS email, then I'm the one who will respond to you.
That sounds good. So start at the beginning. What is the Diaspora Higher Education Scholarship Program?
So I believe you already heard about the Stipendium Hungaricum scholarship. Basically, this is almost the same scholarship as the Stipendium Hungaricum with a few tweaks here and there. So, you are eligible, first of all, if you were born before the 31st of August 2005. So you need to be at least 18 years old in order to apply for the scholarship. And you must be a citizen of one of the eligible countries, which is always in the call for application paper, which is already online on our website. So you can look it up, you can look up your country and your programs, because every program has a limited number. Every country can decide which fields they can choose for their students. So you can look it up in the call for application and on the website if you're eligible for the program which you want to study. And you can choose 2 programs, and you need to decide which one is the first and the second, because obviously for the first study program you have a higher chance to get into.
That sounds very interesting. That every country has its own, field of studies.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I know, for example, that Turkey allow everything for everyone. Mm-hmm. So you can choose from psychology, from technology, anything. But, for example, if you are from Turkmenistan, you can only choose anything from the IT department. So you cannot choose from psychology or anything else but the IT.
So this is more a decision of the country that is partner.
Yes, because every country has a contract with Hungary and they can choose, and they are nominating, every country nominates their own students, first of all, yeah.
And do you have any information what kind of programs the foreigners are able to choose here in Hungary?
Well, I would say everything. So every university who are in this program, every year they kind of like nominate their own courses, and the students can choose from that. Mm-hmm. So, for example, I know that some years psychology is in the program, but some years it cannot, because the university or maybe the faculty cannot like support that faculty, or maybe they don't have enough English-speaking students to actually start the program. So that's why it's not included in the program.
Still connected to this program, why is it good for the foreigner students and why is it good for the universities?
Wow, that's a good question. I would say that every student have the ability to come here and study in English, and they can benefit from the university, from the European cultures, because usually the students come from really far away, like Africa or Japan or like Argentina, so really far away, and they usually have the first culture shock moment in the first few weeks, but then I believe they learn to enjoy this cultural diversity, and obviously ELTE is really big, so they can kind of like choose from really diverse programs and diverse people to meet. So I believe that's a really big beneficial for everyone, for the university, for the students as well.
Mm-hmm. Has you had some culture shock here when you arrived?
Of course I did.
Which was the most remarkable?
Okay, so the biggest cultural shock was that Hungarians blow their nose in public. So this was very weird for me.
Yeah, blowing the nose into paper tissues.
Yeah, of course. Not like not the anti-hygienic is in the paper, and it's very hygienic, but it's just the noise, and it can be in a public transportation, on the streets, on a store. So it was very shocking for me.
And that was a culture shock.
Yeah. So Lilla, you mentioned about the Diaspora Higher Education Scholarship, but could you talk a little bit about the Stipendium Hungaricum Sports Scholarship?
Yeah, so I can talk about a little bit, but there is no operational regulations or a call for application for this scholarship. So basically the purpose of the scholarship is to provide a priority support for the studies of foreign students with internationally recognized sporting achievements and their participation in a competitive sport of the Hungarian higher education system, and as well as to assist the development of the sports life in Hungary. So basically we are looking for kids who actually support the sports system in Hungary, and they can get like a more lively image of the sports life in Hungary.
Don't forget that you can find any information and links and stuff like that in our show notes, especially connected to the higher education scholarship and of course to the sports scholarship. So if there are any updates about both of them, especially for the sport scholarship, you can get the information from those.
And also I have one more comment on the eligibility of the Diaspora scholarship. So in order to apply, you need to have a Hungarian ancestry. So basically, you need to prove that you have some kind of relations to the Hungarian culture or Hungary. Also, you need a recommendation letter from a diaspora community from your country. And the Tempus Public Foundation will look into that, and they will recognize that recommendation letter in order to get you into the scholarship program. So this is a bit more complicated than the Stipendium Hungaricum, because for Stipendium you don't really need any recommendation letter from any outside communities or parties.
One more question to this topic. Why are we speaking in English about this program if this program is especially for the diaspora future or prospective students?
Yeah, so usually when they are coming back to Hungary, they don't really speak Hungarian anymore, but this scholarship really supports the Hungarian culture and the language. So for Stipendium Hungaricum students, they need to study Hungarian for 2 semesters, but for diaspora students, they need to study the language for the whole study period. So if it's a bachelor, then they need to study for 3 years, for example. And after they graduate, they need to take at least a B2 Hungarian language exam. Mm-hmm. So you need to prove that they actually learned Hungarian while they were here.
Just let it be clear, the simple Stipendium Hungaricum is for that kind of international students who don't really have any kind of Hungarian roots, and the diaspora is for them who have some kind, maybe great-grandfather or grandfather was Hungarian, or they have some connection, they had some connection in the past to Hungary, but they don't or not able to speak the Hungarian, so it's a good opportunity to come here, learn the language, studying here, and stuff like that.
So the simple answer is yes, but in Diaspora scholarship, they can choose to study in Hungarian as well. So they can choose the English, but they can also choose the Hungarian study language. Usually they obviously choose the English because they don't really speak Hungarian, or they don't speak Hungarian as well as they should, because obviously they need some kind of proof in order to get into the program. So usually they need a B1 or B2 level in order to get into the program, but they usually speak just like a little Hungarian, which is not enough.
Is it needed for them or requested that they have like a Hungarian passport, for example, like as a proof of documentation, or not really?
No, definitely not. So they don't need any Hungarian passport or documents, but it's not an exclusion. So they can have a dual citizenship, but obviously if they just have a Hungarian citizenship, then they are excluded from the program.
Yeah, that's clear. And if somebody is interested in this program, how can he or she apply, and how much is it?
So the application is free, and it's always been free. So don't be fooled if someone is getting money out of you. They can only apply online, which is advertised on many platforms, for example, from the ELTE website. And it's a long process. Usually the application opens in November, so quite soon. But you can always look for the call for application. So you can gather your information, your transcripts and stuff like that, so you can prepare for the process. And it usually closes at the 31st of January.
We're going to attach the application form to the show notes, of course.
Here we have talked about some of the requirements to apply for this program, but so let's recap, and I would like to ask specifically, what are the requirements of the scholarship?
The most important part is that you need some kind of recommendation letter from a diaspora community. The most important part is that you need some kind of recommendation letter from a diaspora community in order to prove your Hungarian ancestry. So that's the most important part of this application process, because without that they will not look at your application. And then obviously you need your degrees, your transcripts, a motivation letter maybe if it's required, your passport, your CV, and if you are applying for a PhD program, then a statement of supervisor. So you can actually get a statement that they will waiting for you at this university. So you are not just coming and going, that they are waiting for you. Yeah.
So for PhD programs, the student needs to have contacted already the university previously to have this supervisor approval. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Is that all for the application process?
Well, there is one part which is unique for this program, for the housing allowance and for the scholarship money. You need to apply, so it's not automatic. You need to apply for it during the application process. And also there is a travel contribution as well, if you are coming from at least 8,000 kilometers. But these scholarships will get approved by the Tempus Public Foundation. So it's not the university who actually decides who is getting these, but the foundation.
So Lilla, that sounds like a very interesting scholarship of coming back and reconnecting with the Hungarian roots. When the students come here to Hungary already, or before they come, how can they get help if they need, in the application process or after they are accepted?
Yeah, so they can always get help from the Tempus Public Foundation and also from us, from the central office. There is a Diaspora email, which I'm responsible for. So I'm always answering the questions from the students who are here or who are just interested in the program. And also, in every faculty, there is a coordinator who is more in touch with the students, so they can actually go to them and get help in person from them. So that's also a nice, in touch aspect of the program.
That's absolutely good. So thank you, Lilla Karácsonyi, for being with us.
Thank you as well.
Thank you.
And also Kata Számel is with us, and we will speak about the scholarship program for the Christian young people. So, hi Kata.
Hello, nice to meet you.
What is this scholarship program?
It's a scholarship program for especially Christian young people who are threatened in their country or who are persecuted in their country because of their Christian faith. And this scholarship provides them an opportunity to come to Hungary, to study here, to get a degree. And it's also an important part of this program that they are asked to return to their communities when they get the degree and develop their communities, help them with the knowledge and the degree that they got here in Hungary.
It's such a lovely program.
Yeah, sounds very interesting. So specifically, who can apply to this program?
There is a very specific list that contains now 10 countries, but this list can change, so you should always look at the website and the list before applying. Now the countries that are participating are the Lebanese Republic, the Republic of Iraq, the State of Israel, Palestine, the Islamic Republic of Pakistan, Syrian Arab Republic, Republic of Kenya, Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, and the Republic of Armenia and Nigeria. So these are the 10 countries where students can apply for this scholarship.
So it's that kind of scholarship you can apply for and win it. How many students can earn this scholarship?
There is a yearly quota of 100 students. This is for whole Hungary.
100?
100 students every year. And there are around 10 universities that are participating in this program throughout Hungary. Now at ELTE we have 20 students who are in active student status with this scholarship.
And what are the benefits of this scholarship for the students?
There are many benefits, not only the knowledge and the degree that they can get at ELTE, but there is a tuition-free education, so they do not have to pay for the program, and they also get a monthly stipend, an amount of money to support their living expenses. There is also an accommodation support. That means that the student either gets a free spot at the dormitory, at one of the dormitories of ELTE, or they have 40,000 forints per month to support their expenses if they are renting a flat or a room. There is also an opportunity to get reimbursement for travel expenses if they are traveling inside or outside of the country. This is 200,000 forints per academic year, and there are also opportunities to get medical insurance. So I think this program offers many things that are really worth to apply for, especially if someone is coming from a hard situation.
That's very nice. Kata, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you for your attention, and thank you to Lilla Karácsonyi and Kata Számel for being with us. In our next episode, we will talk about visas and residence permits in Hungary. ELTE Walk. Everything you need to know about ELTE.